speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with Kurt? I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak, man. Welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With CurtDog.
Happy Thursday to everyone. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With CurtDog. I'm Who You With CurtDog. Want to welcome everyone to the show on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, and D Live is in the house. Welcome, SA Al. I see you came on the show right away. Tonight, I've been talking about it all week long. This is our last show for the year, and Miss Risky is gonna tell us her testimony, the reason why she wasn't here last week, and then we also want to know, what are you doing for Christmas? So y'all know I get excited whenever it come down to thank you, babe. Whenever it come down to my bad. Whenever it come down to Thursday night when I could be on the show with my girl, Miss Risky with the hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side, looking good today.
It ain't fried and dyed. I mean, it's fried and dyed for somebody. I just put it in.
Hey, while we're taking this break, we need to put this show together. What we've been talking about all year long, so we're gonna do it. Man, how was your week?
Exhausting. It was exhausting. Like, I don't even know, like, if you hadn't mentioned that it was payday tomorrow, I wouldn't know what day it was. Like, I've lost all. You gonna make it? Heimlich? You need me to come over there?
Hey, my bartender is in the house tonight. Got me up here coughing. Hey, it's been a great week. What's going on, G Money? See, I'm not the only one. I'm like, hey, said, what's up? I see your new dude. That's what I'm talking about right there. She got it laying low to the side. But hey, we're gonna. I haven't even tasted. I just got the extra off the straw. I don't know what's in it.
He's into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to on that. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna do a little history first. We're gonna talk about a story. Then we're gonna talk about our health a little bit. Miss Risky gonna tell her testimony from last week while she wasn't here. What's going on?
Makes it seem like it's like,
hold on now, Chris.
Hold
on, Chris. No, Chris talking about sound like COVID cough. No, we ain't claiming that.
No,
we're not claiming that at all.
Yeah, and I got a story about that too.
See, we haven't talked. Have we talked? Well, we'll talk about it. I don't think we.
Well, it goes in with while I was out.
Oh, okay.
I had to get tested before I got my checkup.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get in with the history. And once we get finished with the history, the testimony, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up the phone line. So if y'all want to call in, tell us what your plans are for the Christmas, Y'all more than welcome to call in.
Mhm.
Go ahead with your
All
history.
right. So this one, I'm sure I'm butchering her last name, and it's not too much of history, but her invention and her uh, and what she contributed is kind of helping us get through this quarantine. So anyway, Lisa Gelobter, Gelobter. She was born in 1971, so she's still, a young tenderoni. Graduated from Brown University in 1991. At just 20 years old, she graduated from Brown with a degree in computer science, concentrating in machine learning and artificial intelligence. She was a member of the New York Urban League STEM Advisory Board. She was uh, has over 25 years of experience in the tech industry, developing software and other internet technologies. Her work experience includes projects such as Shockwave, multimedia gaming platforms, and being a part of the senior management team that launched online video streaming services like Hulu, which is like, listen, Hulu is just everything for me. So she's also acted as uh, chief digital officer for BET, Black Entertainment Television Network. She helped pioneer the development of video on the internet through online video companies, um, Bright Cove, Joust, like I said, Hulu, and the Feed Room. She set the foundation for the team credited with the creation of graphic interchange format, as we all know, GIFs. And we use those daily, whether it's in messaging, text, just posting on Facebook, Twitter, whatever your forum is. GIFs are like the new way of speaking to people. So in 2015, Jalabader joined the U.S. Digital Service, working at the White House. She helped in the redesign of improvement of healthcare.gov. So that's something that's being currently being used under the Obama, under his regime. And it's still going strong for now. Uh, so that, of course, was used to enroll Americans in healthcare insurance coverage under the Affordable Care Act. She took on the role of Chief Digital Service Officer, and like I said, for under the Obama administration. She also helped reconfigure the U.S. Department of Education's college source card to provide users with comparative data of higher education institutions. So this was a tool that many students can use and parents to help make informed decisions on in which colleges best suited their needs based on metrics of cost, graduation rates, employment rate, average amount borrowed, and loan default rates. In 2017, she co-founded Techcutables. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Um, a technology-driven company with a focus on making the workplace more inclusive. So again, like the education, just figuring out who's who in the company, how many people they have in certain groups, race, age, and demographics and things like that. So she's in her, 40 something years of life, she's done things that we're using today and benefiting from. Um, and, give a shout out to her because, listen, without Hulu and gifts, because I live online, like most of us, we just be like trying to fix up our pages on MySpace still. Yeah.
Um, that's the Black Girl Magic still rolling today.
Listen. she's done a lot. Like even in our generation, in our lifetime, we're like, this is what we're using now.
Well, that's
She's very innovative, and
yeah,
who knows what she's gonna do right now.
that's cool. She doing a lot of things. Born in 1971, so she's what, probably about 49 years old.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Um,
think she's because yeah, yeah,
and
6 years
she
older. Yeah, so 49.
that resume is very long. At 20, she received a degree in computer science.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a small sister right there,
Exactly. Like she just hit the ground running,
and never
and
look
a
back.
co-founder in a lot of ideas that we still use, and that's going to be used for probably many generations.
Exactly. So that's our history lesson for today. Um, man, that's good
Like
information.
history, current affairs, it's like all things because we still use it. And
Exactly. And she's still doing some great things in the world because when you have that much knowledge, there's no way you could just stop doing it. And at
exactly.
such a young age,
Yeah,
man,
she's just she's getting the ball rolling. Like she's done so much. Like just imagine another 40, 50 years what she can do.
it looked like she's still working for the United States Department of Education.
Hmm.
So, um, very smart sister. Hey, my hat
Influence the
goes up
workplace
to
and
you.
education.
Exactly. So, that's why I tell people all the time, no matter where you come from, don't ever believe someone telling you you cannot do something. Because you can definitely do whatever you put your mind to it. I say that, but I'm gonna try to finish this drink, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it or not. Because
Small sips, small sips.
yeah, but it's so good. But it's like, oof, I don't
So
know.
in about 20 minutes, you're gonna be like cocked to the side, headphones.
Be like, hmm,
It's like we
y'all
set
hear
a
me?
new trend. Like, is that a mohawk? That brother got a mohawk? No, those are
No,
headsets.
that's the headphones.
Mhm.
Um, but all right, last night you text me a story, sent me a story last night, which is very disturbing. Disturbing when you hear about stuff like that. Um, it really kind of messed me up because I was on the show last night and I was like, okay, you want to talk about it tonight or tomorrow? So we decided to talk about it today.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because it's like all these stories of false imprisonment based on just one person's testimony. And I don't know who she was and what made her more credible, but this in 1983, Walter Forbes, he at the time was a full-time student at Michigan's Jackson Community College when he broke up a bar fight. The next day, one of the men involved in the bar fight shot Forbes. So a year later, the shooter, Dennis Hall, died in an apartment fire that appeared to have been intentionally set. Forbes became the prime suspect in the eyes of the police because of the two men's altercation at the bar. Um, the Yeah, so yeah, at the bar. So Forbes was arrested and convicted of arson and murder in May 1983. He was sentenced to life in prison. At age 63, Forbes was exonerated on November 20th, 3 years after key witness Anise Kennebrew admitted in 2017 that she lied in her testimony. In addition to the evidence that was brought up, it was thought or evidence were brought out that indicated that the fire in '83 may have been a case of insurance fraud from the apartment manager. And after all these things came together, it prompted a retrial. And Kennebrew testified that she saw Forbes and two other men burn down the apartments. And this was in 82. So they based that on what she said. She saw him and two other men. But incidentally, the two men, like after they were investigated, one did a what do you call it?
Polygraph.
Polygraph test
Yeah.
and was acquitted. And the other one, they just dropped the charges. And he was the only one that was sent to jail over that testimony, even though she said she saw him and two other men. So ultimately, Kennebrew admitted that she never even seen Forbes. She didn't know that man. She claimed that she falsely accused him because she was being threatened in the neighborhood by some men. David Jones, the owner of the apartment building that Hall died in, was convicted in another arson conspiracy scheme in 1990, in which a man died in that fire as well. So, like, this man just sent buying buildings and burning them up after he just get a little change in his pocket. And in 1982, the arson fire, the insurance paid him $50,000 for that. So he
Wow.
got $50,000 for that, and a man went to jail for life for just for that. But and pretty much like even though he's out, he's 63 years old. He spent 4 decades in prison. So his whole life for $50,000 and a false testimony, and just crappy police work, and they just saw him, and it was just an easy target. And there's and then who knows, like the system fails a lot of people in certain economic situations, and there are probably hundreds or thousands of other men who are innocent, and just one person testified that they saw this person, and that's good enough for us.
Mm.
So I don't know if I'm sure he was awarded something. I didn't see that in the story that I got this from. I'm sure it's coming, and I'm sure there's going to be a TV show series, 40 years of my life.
Yeah, because I pulled up her Facebook, and I don't know if this is her or not, but it's a good chance it may be. And reading some of the comments on her Facebook, congratulations on being responsible for sending an innocent man to be jailed for decades. Very nice of you.
Mhm.
Someone asked, "What's wrong with you?" Bow your head in shame. He had a 5-year-old child, 37 years in prison. How could you lie about someone like that?
His whole
Someone
life.
someone else said, "Your ass should be in prison. You lied. You're going straight to hell."
Yeah,
Um,
I read a comment, someone saying that or she should finish his sentence because she took pretty much his life, all his good years. I mean, like, I don't know what his health is like, but 63, in prison life, and
exactly.
like,
Now, now the question is, um, do you think the person that lied, especially since she got paid, do you think uh, she should be the one to pay for his time in prison? Not saying that she can.
well, I mean, I think she should pay with her life. Like, she wasted 40 years of this man's life, and for
That
what? Because she was being bullied. Like, call the cops and say, hey, these men, like, I don't know what kind of neighborhood they live in. I don't know if they're under those street rules where snitches get stitches or something. I don't know. Listen, I'm telling all. I tell my circle of friends, listen, I will tell on your mama. I'll be on the first 48 with a steam pot and a margarita and be like, oh, look at that king crab. Let me tell you about they aunties. I'll tell on the whole family over a steam pot. I ain't gonna waste my whole time, No, I got things to do. Netflix series to watch, like in Hulu. Like, no, I ain't got
So
time. So, and the fact that she was a grown woman and she knew
lied.
the dangers of lying on a black man, a dat. Like,
Yeah.
come on, it don't take much.
Did you see her picture?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's that's why I like.
Like, I wasn't sure, like, because there were so many, but I didn't really look at it because I was still trying to figure out if there was some more news with the story. But I'm sure more news will come out. What she look like?
Um, someone else wrote, if this is the right person, and whoever the dumbass lady is laughing about it, well, they both shall receive all the karma for every year this man spent in prison while they live their lives. Now, if this is the right person, she did get married, I guess 8 years ago, and
I'm sure she had a nice full life, full of just whatever, but she had a full life of freedom.
And you know how we do, Gary. You trifling, trifling. That was somebody put on the comment. I don't know if this is the correct person, but hopefully she.
Oh, the one with the headband?
No, this one don't have a headband.
Hmm. Hold on. I don't see her in this story, but something lured me. Like
It's
it
on
had her
Facebook.
name or the Michigan man, but there's a woman picture, but she's not in the story that I clicked on. So
I'm
yeah,
trying to. I didn't go all the way down. I'm trying to see
I
if
just searched for her name.
I did it on Facebook. Well, once I Googled her name, it came up on Facebook. When her Facebook came up, that's the only person I see with that particular name. Good.
Maybe I should look on Facebook.
The good thing about it, I'm glad that uh, she eventually told the truth,
Yeah,
because unfortunately, there's a lot of innocent people that will have one eyewitness and they go to jail for a long time. Can you
uh,
imagine the trouble that this child went through at
right.
5 years old and 37 years later
And then all the stuff that that child went through in school, knowing her dad's in prison for life, like
for
the
something he
birth.
didn't do?
Right.
So
The picture that you're looking at is does she have a circle around her face talking about vote, make a plan?
yeah,
Listen,
that that will be her.
she
Uh,
needs to drink some more water because them circles under them eyes. I mean, you don't get a full face shot, but she needs some water
like I said, when I seen it,
if this is her.
I jumped because I was like, wait a minute now. Uh,
Listen, if this song, listen, she may make it in prison. I'm just saying, just on that look,
well, you say she look like she'll be ruling the
she
prison.
looked like her name should have been Shirley, Big Shirley.
Um,
And she's in, like, if you need stuff, she's the person you go to. Like, if you need to use the phone, you gotta go through Big Shirley. That's who she looks
hey, y'all go over there, Big Bubble girlfriend over there. She running this thing.
like. Yeah,
So, but
yeah. So I
that's
don't know. So we'll just leave it at that.
yeah, that's some good information. But
But yeah, like all these people who give false testimony, they should be held accountable for their actions because they are in some way taking a life.
yeah,
I mean, like the lady who lied on Emmett Till and got him killed. The 14-year-old boy.
oh,
And then
that's
at 80, how old was she? 83? And then she was like,
uh,
I lied. And they're not
something
going
like
after her
that.
because she's too old. Well, they said Bill Cosby to jail, and he barely see. like,
Exactly.
like who's making these regulations and like who's determining who's fit to go to jail and who's not? Old age should not determine whether or not you get fully sentenced because there are kids who are getting sentenced the full ride to the penitentiary, and they can be reformed. They're children, some of them, but like old people can kill you. Like they just got the what? The Golden Gate, uh, Golden State Killer, and he was all
Exactly.
out here, and they sent him to jail because he was probably still, and he was in law enforcement. And that's why they couldn't catch him. So I'm just like, who picks and chooses? Like, oh well, they're 80, they're feeble. Mm.
Yeah, she's actually 86. She's still living. She should be right there with uh Big Bubba girlfriend. Because I don't care. You lied. You lied.
Exactly.
And because of your lie, it caused a life to be taken. Um, I bet you if there was a well, put it like this, it been people that found out they did stuff long time ago, and now they up in age, they
Right.
still take them to jail. So hell, she
Exactly.
shouldn't be no different. But
Exactly.
because she's in Mississippi and she's a white woman, they're not gonna press the charges, which it shouldn't make a difference. That's why we talk about all the time um, the difference between black law and white law. If that was in say Michigan, that woman be in jail or somewhere, or
Yeah.
some or
All law should or justice should be weighted equally.
exactly. So, but that's man. Hope the brother uh, come out, do what's right, and get some counseling for the simple fact you've been locked up for 4 decades. Mentally, that have to be bad. Um, and whatever type of treatment he received. And I feel like the person that lies should pay for all of that.
Hmm.
So, um, but that's good information. That's good information. So, last week you wasn't here.
Did you miss me?
You know I did. You know I did. Uh, I completely forgot about it. I was like, wait a minute, where Miss Risky? Then when I texted you, like, I'm having little issues right now. I was like, oh my bad.
That's
Because
this week.
I was ready for Thursday night. But
So yeah. So like I've been having issues, like feeling pains here and there. Few times I thought I was like it was my appendix. Just sweating, just the pain and nausea, but then it'd go away. But other things were happening in such a short amount of time. I decided to like go to what do they call them? A gastrointestinal doctor,
yeah,
one of those, and did a pelvic because he was like, well, we want to make sure it's not your lady parts because he's old and they're lady parts. So apparently those are good. My lady parts are good. And so I went in and they scheduled me for a colonoscopy. And so let me tell you, before I had to get the colonoscopy, I had to do the COVID test, which is why I've been couch surfing this whole time to avoid getting a swab up the nose. And when I tell you, I went up there and the girl was just like, she just didn't care. And at one point, I told her to abort mission. I was like, just give me a minute, just abort. She left the swab up in my nose. And I was like, that's not what abort means. Like, cease all actions, like, pull everything out. And then she's like, well, let me know when you're ready. It's like, at this point, it's already in my nose. Like, it's stuck in my sinus cavity. Like, I can feel it. And then so she finished, traumatizing. I don't ever want to do that again. But of course, COVID cleared.
well,
So
that's
now in the process of just getting like if you feel like something's not right, you know your body. Get checked out. Don't try to suck it up. Just get checked out. Fortunately, my colonoscopy, everything was clear. There was nothing. So we still, maybe it was just really bad gas. I have no idea. But everything else checked out. So, so, but it's like, especially in our community where we don't go seek help unless like, something's fallen off of us. um, like an open wound, we get shot, stabbed, and that's maybe your homeboy just dig it out and you're like just sitting there with a bandage. I don't know. We need to get checked out. We need to, because people like Chadwick Boseman, the actor who played King T'Challa in Black Panther, he was in his 30s when he got colon cancer. And we didn't find out until he was like 2 weeks from, the upper room. Like he died at 43. Been struggling with it for 4 years. Surgery, chemo. He was at stage 3 when they discovered it. And I want to say he was probably in 2016, 39, 38. And usually, like my doctor said, people don't usually get colonoscopies until they're older, like 50. And they keep lowering the age because insurance, they wouldn't cover it unless you hit that 55. Well, this year, 50. And then with all these people dying and developing these symptoms, they're like, you know what? We're going to include this as a part of like just the overall wellness because people are discovering these things when it's too late,
Yep.
because you don't know what to look for. Daryl Strawberry, baseball player, diagnosed with colon cancer in 1998 at the age of 36. He survived, but in 2000, the cancer returned, but, he fought it off. I don't know if he's still alive. I didn't see that. I think he's still alive because the story said he's running um, some kind of therapy for cancer victims with his wife somewhere.
Who, Daryl
Sharon,
Strawberry?
yeah, Daryl,
Go
because
ahead.
I don't know what timeline that story was, but I think he's still alive. I don't remember seeing anything about that. Um, but I think he's still alive. Sharon Osbourne,
Yes, he is.
all right, the wife of legendary rocker Ozzy Osbourne, was diagnosed with colon cancer in 2003, and she's currently in remission. And then more recently, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's the second woman to serve on the Supreme Court, starting in 1993. She discovered she had colon cancer in 1999 while being treated for other illnesses that were unrelated to her colon area. Uh, and then she recovered, and then 10 years after that, she ended up getting pancreatic cancer. She died September 18th of this year um, due to complications from metastatic pancreatic cancer. So it's like, and there are other stars and celebrities who had developed cancer, colon cancer. Some survived, some didn't. But the thing is, at the point of where when they discovered it, it was like too late, and that's what you need to try to avoid. Because now, with all the chemicals in these foods, things are starting to grow faster and accelerated. Take care of yourself and get checked out. Don't be afraid to go see a doctor. Even if you're like, well, I may be blocked up. I try to eat some fiber or whatever. Listen, just go see a doctor. They've seen it all. They've seen it all. Just get yourself treated. If you're having complications with heartburn, don't let those go, because it could be, early warning signs for a heart attack. If you're, feeling all these aches, get them checked out. Better be safe than sorry.
Exactly. Um, Looking at the research, colon cancer is the second most deadly form of cancer after lung cancer, but it's one of the easiest disease to detect in its early stage. And also one of the most curable. So if you've been diagnosed with colon cancer or if you're at risk for the disease, it's time to learn everything you can. And basically going to the doctor to get a regular checkup, that's the easiest way of trying to find out if you
If
have
that's
it.
a necessary step.
Yeah. And if you have cancer that is in your family, definitely get checked. I've been getting checked for prostate, colon since I was 30. So because it do run in my family, but I want to make sure that if I ever develop it, I could get it cured, catch it early. And it's important because most people, instead of going to the doctor, they want to try to treat everything at home. Oh, I could just take some Robitussin.
Right. Let me put some Vicks on my chest.
Exactly, it'll go away. Now,
Yeah.
when
Go
you
lie
go,
down and eat some crackers.
when
Like
you
those home remedies don't work all the time. Like
exactly, and
like
this is something that we have to take more serious about our health, because especially the brothers, because um, back in the days, the only way they could check your prostate was that old finger, but now they can detect it by a blood test. So it's so definitely get checked out. It's very important. Do yourself a favor instead of trying to figure out, well, what is this pain? What is that? Should I get checked out? Should I not get checked out? It's best that you know, because if you are worried about it, you're making yourself sick.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah,
it's
you're
best to
making it
get
worse,
checked.
and then you'll be one of those that's like, oh, you're stage 4 prostate or colon cancer. Stage 4, like you missed all those steps because you were ignoring little simple. And a lot of times they don't just hit you at once. Like they're like, your body. If you're a morning pooper or you're used to pooping 3 times a day or whatever, I don't know the number. But, and then all of a sudden, nothing for like weeks at a time, or, if it's not regular for you, you may want to get checked out. And if your doctor says, well, it may be just this, at least go see a doctor and weed out and, things that it's not. Like, and so that you're not 39 years old or 45 and then all of a sudden, there's nothing we can do at this point because you never got checked out before. You could have caught this earlier, like those, all those hemorrhoids or all the constipation and all this stuff. If you had come to see us when those things were happening, we could have caught it. And then I saw a comment, Darren Patterson. Um, it looks like he was asking if it was a painful procedure. No,
You see that
if
comment
that's the
where?
question. I'm looking on YouTube.
Oh, because the comments is not coming up on my screen. I don't know why.
Yeah, I didn't
Uh,
see any, but I'm
I'm like,
looking at some of it. No, it's not painful. I mean, it probably is, but they give you that stuff that killed Michael Jackson, Profitable. What do you call it? I don't know. But listen, when I tell you, like they put it in the IV, you're like, all right, just relax. And then I remember waking up like aliens abducted me, and I had no memory of what had happened.
I
I
know that.
felt nothing. I saw nothing. But they did say, because my body, listen, and this is probably why people don't get checked out, because the stuff you have to do before to prepare for that colonoscopy, I had to call upon my ancestors to get me through this. I called on Jesus, Jehovah, Buddha, the Skurlock, Stripper, and all the ancestors. I texted Curtis. He sent out a prayer because the day 2 of me taking this stuff, because it's a 2-day process, horrible. My body started to reject it to the point where it just kind of sat. It didn't go all the way through, but I got most of it down. A quarter of it's in the sink because I did a exorcism. It was like I was exorcism. But anyway, so I actually vomited on the table. And then they said that they had to give me more medication or something. So I'm not. I may have woken up because I can't remember the story my mom told me when they put her under for her heart or something like that. She started fighting the doctors when she was under. And I know I swat if something like if I see a stray, if my eyes are open and but I'm unconscious, I will swat, which happened at the dentist's office. I got that. They gave me too much nitrous, and all of a sudden that arm came around, and all of a sudden it was like, "Whoop," and they
Well,
can't really strap you down in those situations because you're at the dentist's office. But I'm pretty sure I probably came out of it before I was supposed to, and they were like, "Nope, got to do more."
hmm,
Yeah, I
I
hope it
cannot see.
doesn't, but what I mean, I think I got a few more years before I need to get checked out again, but I just I don't want to go through that process again. No.
Now, uh, I cannot see the comments on YouTube. I
Mhm.
see it's an expired. So if you are on YouTube, if I don't
Yeah,
see it,
radio's there. Hey radio, T-Cal's there.
welcome y'all to the show. I just don't see it. So
Mercedes, what's up?
yeah, I sent Marcellus a text last night. I'm like, look, man, I'm upset at you right now. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But for the fellas, getting your colonoscopy is really a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Trust me. That when I had mine last time, and it should be coming up next year, because I go back every 5 years. But when I had it, I'm in there talking to the guy, and I was talking about something. Then all of a sudden, I woke up and I started finishing my conversation. He's like, "We're done."
Yeah,
I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah,
you
we're
have
we're done."
no like it's just it's weird, and I'm like I'm not too much of a control freak, but like say we're going out or whatever, I drink to a certain point. Like I'm still lucid because I like to control situations. And when you're at the mercy of doctors, I think my body like there's an internal something deep down inside that's like keeping me safe, and it's like fight. And it's like, no, no, that's not the time when they're probing your, booty hole. So,
Exactly.
or getting,
Uh,
routine dental work. But
man, I didn't realize we had a lot of comments came in on
yeah, I
YouTube.
was like, oh, that's a
I'm
lot.
like, hold on, because for some reason it's not showing it on my stream. So um I
Yeah,
see
Darren, it
radio.
may be internal fear. It's that losing control, or
Yeah.
because that's what it is. Like even when I go to get massages or whatnot, go to the chiropractor, they put those little e-stem thingies on you. And there's one where they put it on your shoulder and your arm jerks. Well, I would always try to control the jerking. Like you can't, it's electric. Like you can't control it. And I'm walking out worse than I came in because I can't relax and let go and let things take care of me.
Exactly.
But baby steps.
Okay. I'm reading through some of the comments on YouTube and they tripping.
Mhm.
uh I wish I could see them on the stream because it would be much better, but
Yeah.
for some odd reason I cannot, and I don't know why. Um, but hey, we're here. We're having a good time. Um, welcome to the show. I see Julie P. Duncan on Facebook. She sent in a message. And also, if you're in the Longview area, that's Saturday. Saturday, if you are in Longview, she's doing a pop-up shop. Um, have women clothes and accessory. So definitely check her out. Miss Martin, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Miss y'all, love y'all. Hopefully we be out of punishment soon, soon, very soon. Um, I see Trump. Oh, I said I see Trump. Lord have mercy.
What's in that drink? It's probably that propofol.
I told you, she hooked it up today. I'm like, hey, I haven't drink anything in a while because normally I'm just drinking water. So uh, I don't know. That drink kind of strong, but
Hmm.
see, Radio Marcellus T Cal. Uh,
And Marcella still wants to know what he do.
uh, okay, let me tell you what Radio and Marcellus both did.
Oh,
See,
what y'all do?
last night on Ask Kurt Dog Anything. Well, Marcellus started talking about the blues last night,
Hmm.
and then Radio he started talking about uh Dennis. I think it's Dennis Chambers. He's the drummer for P Funk with George Clinton. Then he brought up what was her name? Golly. Um I forgot the young lady name. He brought that up. And I'm like, man, so reading the story on this young lady, she's a jazz singer. She have a twin. She was born blind because she had her mother had complication with the delivery. She was born blind. Her brother was born with hearing loss, but she's a famous jazz artist. And I'm like, man, so I'm up here looking at all these, listening to them play, and I'm like, okay. Then I went on over to the blues because Marcellus was throwing out different songs last night. So I sent him a message last night. I said, you know what? I really don't like you right about now. I said, because I said on the show I was going to end up being on the show, staying up late last night, listening to stuff. And I went to start pulling up some old blues stuff. And I'm like, man. So I sent them a couple of clips. I said, yeah, I don't like you right now. He was like, gave me a thumb up. I said, okay, but it was good. I love the fact, like I told him, I said, man, when it come down to music, especially old school stuff, give me a heads up, so I can have my music in here with me. Then I could name off songs, but listening to uh, JT last night, my last $2. Um, who was that? Carl Sims. Um, you probably don't know about all these, but
Yeah.
yeah, some good,
No.
some
But
good
a
blues
friend of mine,
songs.
she's trying to. She was asking me what kind of records I'm into because I'm getting back into vinyl, and I guess they're trying to see what kind of gifts since they found a record store. And I was like, listen, I'm a weirdo. Like all of a sudden, like just I like all kinds of music, but my heart's like 80s disco and pretty much psychedelic, hippy dippy 1960s, bands, and then, or and Euro, punk bands. I'm just like T Rex and all, and Ziggy Stardust. Like that's what's playing, like the music that plays in my head when I get creative, and that's like my soundtrack. Like sometimes it's like, and so it's funny. You're like all on the other spectrum, the R&B, blues, and jazz, and I'm like Euro trash. Woo!
Are you reading the comments in YouTube?
Listen, they're hilarious.
They are tripping.
Listen, Flock of Seagulls had a good hit.
Then
They sing that I ran so far away. I can't sing, so I think that's Flock of Seagulls.
that's what
But
I
yeah,
told him
like
last
stuff like
night.
that. I love the 80s. I love Wham. I
Oh,
love
Wham was the jam back
listen,
then.
George
Waking
Michael.
me up
Michael.
before you. Oh,
Listen,
never
yeah,
mind.
I have the LP. I have two. And I love it. And then like it's just random. Like I love my disco. I have my Donna Summer extended. versions of songs, and I'm like, I will geek out to that in a minute. And Pink Floyd, I love Led Zeppelin. I love my like just. But right now, I think I'm looking for T Rex greatest hits or anything with 70s movie soundtracks. I have Vamp, which nobody saw that movie in the 80s. It's got Grace Jones in it. She's a vampire. I recommend it. It's on YouTube. Watch it. It's amazing.
Well, they talking about me. See,
Hmm.
Aaron Patterson talking about well, first he said I miss chatting with y'all. Yeah, I guess he's talking about my drink, talking about bad drugs. Now I don't do drugs. Then it's talking about
We get
something
high on life, buddy.
exactly. Marcella's talking about it's something in that drink. Seeing Trump.
It's probably a Cheeto. You got some Cheetos there, some little puffs.
um, and Darren said he's a big fan of a street performer. Always interesting. Yes, you can find some great street performers, but here in Dallas, we have a bunch of um, local artists that doesn't get recognized like they should. Um, Not sure where you're located, Darren, but if you ever get the opportunity uh, here in Dallas, or whenever Corona let us out, if you ever hear about, okay, Siri, stop tripping. If you ever hear about Sean Martin doing a go-go party, I'm gonna tell you now, wear some comfortable shoes and go. And don't wear nothing fancy. Do not wear anything fancy because you're gonna be upset and trying to send him your cleaning bill because you're gonna dance and you're gonna sweat. So definitely try that. Um oh
Marcella says he's into country. I'm into old country, that old school, like the good, like before pop got introduced, like Crystal Gale, the
yeah,
Oak Ridge Boys,
Oprah's boys. I
uh,
used to love that video when they
Patsy Cline, and then Loretta Lynn was. I was obsessed with her when I was young. I loved old school Dolly Parton when she was a little chubby. She was so cute. I wanted to be her when I grew up. So yeah, I liked. I still have an appreciation for old school country and some current country music. Um, and then let's see who radio says he's played Boot Scootin' Boogie. Listen, that's the song that's in every was it karaoke. Out of town, Boot Scoot Boogie. I know those songs.
um I used to love the Oak Ridge Boys back in the days.
Did
They
they
had
have
a big
like a show every weekend?
yeah, they used to be on Hee Haw quite a bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
listen,
telling my age
my
now.
family and I watch that every week.
Yeah, we used to watch that. But then also I was a big fan of uh golly, uh they on the tip of my tongue, guy. Um Taking it to the street. Um
Oh, the Doobie Brothers.
yeah, the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, which
Uh
Doobie do you do? That was from
hey,
What's Happening.
blame it. Radio said all my exes live in Texas. Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yes, it is. Um, 3500.
Merle Haggard. That's a he was one of the faves at karaoke's. I do like Tim McGraw before he got fit, but he's still fine. But like that was my man back in the day. And then Faith got him, so I have like two CDs of his. And then my friend in college, she got me one of those Budweiser. I think it was a Budweiser cutout of him, like actual height. And so I would come in the dorm, and she's like, "He's got beer for you."
Um, so I'm trying to say Luke Bryan
Ooh,
is a great
Brian.
one. He
See,
came
I
out
was
with
with
a
you, Marcellus, until you said that. No, I'm just kidding. Um, They make fun of him on the radio station. Because they say he sounds like Kermit the Frog. He's like, hey, and he does. So I can't shake that anymore. Like I can't.
Well, once you started paying attention to what they were saying, you just automatic heard it. So,
Yeah.
but
Hey guys, this is
uh,
Rick Ron.
Darren Patterson said, "I hate Tim McGraw for stealing my faith." Um,
Listen,
you,
we listen. Divide and conquer. We can break this up. You get faith. I get.
I don't mess up a happy home now.
I know. I love them. I like both of them. So that's awesome.
But yeah, so they had me going last night thinking of uh different songs, and I'm like, man, I that's why I say sometimes we get on the show, we don't know what's coming up, and I'm like, okay. And my wife wasn't at home, so I couldn't have her to bring my iPod or my CDs in here if I could go through them, because I have cases of CDs. The packet's about this thick, and it's full of CDs on both sides, and I have three of them.
Yeah, I
So
have the little, what is that little carrier we used to have with the CDs? Probably like 300 CDs in there. Of
I
course, I love
think
my Pearl Jam. Like, I like my old, the old Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were so vulgar, and I remember coming home and discovering them and sharing it with my mom and the naughty songs. And she was like, she loved those songs. She's like, we have the same taste. That's right, because it's not something you could sing together. Because there's some lines in one of my favorite songs that's just like Sir Psycho sexy and
see, growing up, I used to listen to uh what's her name, Dorothy Moore, Misty Blue. Um, Now, if Miss
I
Morgan's still on there,
sounds
she may
familiar.
know what I'm talking about back then. That was more of a blues song, but it was good.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, we would sneak. Well, we supposed to be in the back room, but we would listen to Millie Jackson, hear them in the front room playing Millie Jackson, and we're ears to the wall, like, huh. So yeah, that was some fun time, good music. And somebody recently posted a video of um Millie Jackson, and they call her the original old school. Oh, never mind. There's some other people on here, but yeah, they they said she was the original. But Millie was good. She used to have a song called Symphony, but that was the title of it. But it was uh, you have to pull it up. Have to pull it up. It was yeah, she did her thing. Um, Marcella said Little Milton has a version of Misty Blue. Um, Radio said I played in a country band on the road for 3 months. They worked us hard, 5 sets a night, and
Getting their
radio
money's
and radio played the drums. So he had it, and he say he still practice. I think he said 4 hours a day now since COVID hit.
worth.
He still practice 4 hours a day to stay
And
up to
radio,
speed.
you need to hit me up on Instagram. I'm trying to stalk you online, and I don't know which ones you are.
But hey, since we are talking about this is our last show, uh, yes, Miss Martin said Dorothy Moore did Misty Blue. That was a good song. I loved it. I was like, man, see, I grew up in a time when it was live bands, um, where people they didn't it was original music. So um, a lot of stuff was a lot of love songs. That's why I'm a lover. And so it was always a lot of love songs, had meanings to them. So, oh, YouTube is working now. I
Yeah, I see
finally got a message
that.
from just pulled up Little Milton on the tube. We'll check out after show. I'm telling you, Little Milton is that's a bad dude. Um, we talked about him last night, and I've had the pleasure of seeing him in concert several times. Um, and he's great. He's very great. Um, so it, no, it wasn't Little Milton. It was Bobby Blue Bland that I've seen in concert several times. I made a mistake. So
I
Radio said
see
he don't have social
Queen.
media.
Yeah.
Uh,
Queen,
Never heard of who.
Adam Lambert twice, and Adam Lambert solo 2 or 3 times. I know I love that little boy. And Ricky Martin, my heart. He changed the date to the concert that's coming out next year. Now it's on a Sunday. I was like, you went from a Friday to a Sunday. We got to go to work, Ricky. Mr. I love 3, 4 encores. I mean,
I
we
have.
stayed that last one. It was on a Tuesday during the fair time. It was like the worst time. I was like, Ricky, don't ever do this during fair day.
See,
And he had to make do freaking 4 encores.
I had the opportunity of seeing Luther before he passed.
Lufa?
Yeah. And people was talking. I guess this was in. Oh, it might been. It had been in 2000 because my daughter wasn't born yet. But it had been in 2000, and we went. It was Luther and Boys to Men in concert at the Starplex, and Luther put on a great show. My
Yeah.
first time seeing him, and I was like, man. And they kept saying when he went off, they said, hold on, he got to wear a certain jacket before that's the last set.
Hmm.
And I'm like, huh? So he
Party's
came
not
out
over
with
until the house light comes on.
exactly. He came out talking about, oh, y'all still here?
I
That
love
was
it.
a great show.
I
Uh,
remember my first concert with my family, Michael Jackson. The last time he was here in Dallas. Oh my gosh. It like I still remember it. And we were like, weren't quite maybe second, third tier, but he put on the best show. And I still remember it to this day. The lady with the mohawk and playing that guitar and just rocking out and performing on stage. It was amazing. And I still like my mom kept the shirt and the bandana we have. It's in my closet now.
mm.
I
I've,
should
I've
have worn it tonight.
I've never seen Mike in concert live, but I seen Janet. But the one person that I really love in concert was Prince.
I never got a chance to see Prince.
Oh man, you missed that. I've seen
Listen,
Prince several times,
like
and
by the time him and Tina Turner, like I was like, I missed out.
with Prince, Prince could. I think it was the last time. I think it was the last time I seen him, and a good friend of mine had surprised me with some birthday tickets, and literally we was probably 4 rows from the stage, um, and they surprised me with it, and I said, "Hey," I was like, "Okay." So we went to this concert, and Prince. I think he for a while he performed by himself. He sent the band off, and it was just him. And I said, "Man, that's a bad dude right there." So I love Prince concerts was always great for me. It was worth the money.
Depeche Mode puts on a great show. I'm telling you, I love the '80s. Listen, I love my little '80s rock band. And if you're from England or Europe or so part, I'm a fan.
Exactly.
I've seen them twice, and they put on a fantastic show. Um, yeah,
Well,
it's
that's cool. Well, since this is our last show, uh, we're gonna, like I told y'all, remind me next year when we come back. Um, I'm gonna do better by putting the number up for y'all can call in. Please do not call from a blocked number. I won't answer. I've been getting a lot of spam calls lately, so I won't answer. But we want to know, what are y'all doing for Christmas this year? Because my wife and I, we just found out yesterday we're not gonna go see her parents this year, which is kind of saddening because we love to go and visit them every year, but unfortunately, due to COVID, we're not gonna do it. So we're gonna um, be home. We will be home. I may do well. We're gonna still kind of do the traditional meal, the uh, Cornish hen, and I don't know. I may do some more seafood dressing.
I'll
So,
bring my Tupperware. Like,
so
can I borrow some dressing?
you don't have to bring now. We have some to go containers. So, uh, but definitely, so we're gonna. I need to work on the menu for that, and I know we're gonna do Cornish hen because my mother-in-law would cook them every year, and so we'll work that out. But
Yeah, I don't know if my family's doing like they may do something. I'm gonna do like you a small Cornish hen for myself. I'm gonna try to replicate my grandmother's dressing. I was able to copy it once. I don't know what I did. I don't know, but it was off the chain. And then after that, I couldn't do it anymore. So I'm gonna try to do that, and then I'm gonna do these crescent sweet potato bites. Um, I got my containers from Dollar Tree. They have these good tins now with the lids. They're $5, so they're coming up in the world, but they look like this little pastries.
oh, okay.
They have marshmallows, pecans. I already got my stuff.
Hold on,
Um,
hold on, hold on, hold on. We got a call coming in.
oh,
Hold on.
Call from Novella Martin.
Miss Martin.
One to send a voice.
Welcome to the show, Miss Martin. How you doing?
Hey Curtis, how are you? It's so good to see you. I'm enjoying the show. I've been missing you guys, but it's just good to see y'all. And you talking about the Christmas dinner, and I'm good. I'm good. Oh my God. I'm gonna miss it. When we do the Christmas dinners or Thanksgiving or whatever. When
Yes.
we're at Sean and Monica's house, you always bring something, and I am missing that so much.
Well, if I do some, I know I'm gonna cook something at the house. I don't know what, but I would definitely. Now for Thanksgiving, I did do drive-bys and drop them off because I was like, hey, put it on the porch, ring the doorbell, and I'm gone. Uh,
he's serious about that. I met him at a Ross
Really
parking
still
lot.
miss out that because we didn't. I don't think. Yeah, we didn't even go out for Thanksgiving. But yeah, I just wanted to just say Merry Christmas to you guys, and y'all just have a wonderful rest of the season. And I'm gonna expect you to do me a drive by on
Yeah,
okay.
listen, audience. Whatever he cooks, it is the bomb.
I appreciate it, Miss Morton. And Daddy, he be making some good ribs over there. Yeah, I'm like, man, I'll barbecue, but Daddy Morton, he really barbecues. So when he
Yeah,
bring those
yeah.
ribs, they leave quick. So
Yeah, yeah. And he loves that. He loves that, and we just miss not being with you guys. We just enjoy you so much, and we just love you so much. So we'll be back into it again. I can't wait to just run up and hug all of you guys.
I can't wait either. Because we're actually would get together quite a bit. We would all come together. Didn't have to be a holiday. Just somebody say, "Hey."
When COVID goes back home.
David just came in here acting a fool.
COVID just worn itself out. Just worn out. He's not welcome anymore.
Exactly.
So,
Like, don't you have a home COVID?
okay, I just wanted
It's
to,
time for you to
I
go.
just wanted to say hi to you
Now, I appreciate it.
and your guest. Uh-huh.
This is
Okay.
I,
Bye-bye. Love
I
you guys.
appreciate it. Love you too. And if I cooked something, I would definitely bring it over. Thanksgiving, I accidentally cooked 6 sweet potato pies.
Yeah, accidentally
No,
on
you
purpose.
didn't. No, you didn't.
I accidentally cooked 6 of them, and I was like, okay, I have to get rid of these
Oh,
pies. So
oh.
so if I don't know if I'm gonna bake anything for Christmas, but I'm definitely gonna cook something, and I do a drive by. I call you and let you know that uh, you hear somebody ring on your door, it ring the doorbell and walk off. I'll be on the curb waving at you. So
All right.
all
All
right,
right. I'll be expecting that. Okay.
okay, love you.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Love
bye.
you. Bye-bye.
That's what I'm talking about. See, COVID had messed a lot of things up this year because all our friends, we talk and we try to get to where we talk, try to make a purpose to call everyone at least every week or something, see how they doing, see if they need anything. But we were close. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my sister's, probably watch Christmas movies and just hang out
Hey,
with the dog because he misses me.
we're gonna be here, probably catching up on shows because my wife is working quite a bit this time of the year, and then um, we have to. I guess we'll look on the Fire Stick, see if we could catch up on Grey's Anatomy since AT&T is still tripping. Um, and so we're gonna have to do that too. Um, yeah, everybody definitely need to stay safe because it is getting worse. The numbers are getting out of hand. Um, but just like Miss Martin, y'all could call also. You could call. Please do not block your number. Um,
Yeah, Darren, call in. Well, I saw
Derek,
his thing and said, call me. I don't know who that was for.
who said call me? Uh,
I think it was Darren that put it out there,
okay.
his
Y'all can
messages.
definitely call in. And let us know what y'all doing for Christmas. What are your plans? And I think I'm gonna have to do a show on music because
Yeah,
when
like, because I think we talked about that before, like our top 10 or something like that. We were talking about trying to incorporate sharing our music and things
I
like that, talking about them.
I know one song I was thinking about last night with oh, Daryl said he's gonna call in 1 minute.
Hmm.
One song that um Marcellus, I was trying to think of last night and I thought about it once I got off the air was Carl Sims. I'm trapped. I'm telling you that make you say wow. So it's definitely a lot of good music. That's why I this year is gonna be off the chain. I could tell y'all, but we're finna make some changes these next couple of weeks while we're not on the air. Trust me, I'm still reachable. I'll be going on social media from time to time, but I'm working hard behind the scene to set up some new things for the new year. We're gonna be making some big changes for the new year. So definitely be a part of. Oh, we got another call. Hold on, real quick.
Call from Dylan. To accept.
Speak on it, Darren.
Hey,
How you
how you
doing?
doing?
Yes, we live on
Yeah,
air.
I just thought I'd call in. I'm on a trying to turn the speakerphone off here, but it's not that good. Well, anyway, I just thought I'd give you a call and let you know I enjoy your show. It's a lot of different conversation. I just can't really hear you there, though.
You can't hear me? Hold on, let me.
Now I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was letting you talk. I was like, wait a minute, you can't hear me?
I came up, your show came up to me on my recommendation list on YouTube. And I figured, well, I can give it a shot. I got nothing to lose.
Having technical difficulties.
Here we
Yeah.
are. But I'm like, I type a lot on there, and I just don't want to piss anyone off.
Try to cut your,
Respectful, you're fine.
yeah, try to cut your speaker down on your on your TV or on your computer. I'm hearing feedback on it. I guess you're trying to listen.
Yeah, I can't hear. I couldn't hear you on the phone earlier. I can now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I enjoy the show. It's provoking. Talk about music tonight. It's pretty interesting. I got a new band I got to check out here. I already got them keyed up on YouTube.
Which one do you have queued up?
After the show. But I'm in Canada. I live I'm straight north of you. I'm in Brandon, Manitoba.
Okay. Okay. I know radio is in Canada also.
I think what's happening down there is it's horrific. I think the nation can do a lot better, and it's just I don't know why. The will's there, and then there's 52 people there just destroying for your nation. I can't fathom that, how there's no control on those 52 people. You have a Second Amendment. They're committing genocide.
Yeah.
And no one's saying anything. If that happened in Canada, our politicians would be in jail right now if anything like that was happening in the United States right now, would have happened in Canada, they would be in jail. They'd be locked up for incompetence for one thing, but for murder, negligent homicide, manslaughter.
Exactly.
300,000 dead, that's genocide.
Yeah.
Well, it's only genocide when it's in other countries.
Going nuts.
That's in America, that's just the American way, but everywhere else it's genocide.
Because they're dying with the government's not acting. It's an embarrassment.
Yes, it is, and that's why
it's so many things. I can see her talking, but I can't hear her, and I feel like it's a one-sided conversation.
Oh no, we can hear you clearly. Can you hear him clearly, Risky?
Yeah, he's saying he can't hear me.
Yeah, I was trying to roll on top of that and look really low. But yeah, no, I'm
okay.
Boosting my thing.
Yeah, I just turned up my tablet though, so I can hear it now. But yeah, no, it's concerning because it happens south of our countries are very connected.
Yes.
No matter how you look at it, we are connected in transportation. Like the highway between Texas and Manitoba, we just think with travels down there. That's one of the longest highways in the world from from Lynn Lake, Manitoba down to Dallas, Texas. It goes all the way.
Yes, it does. And
there's a lot of Canadians going there. And what happens there now for COVID is impacting our efforts. And we literally have to put stickers on cars that come across the border so they don't get out, so the Americans that live in Alaska don't get out of their cars because they're cheating to go up there for hunting trips.
Wow.
White privilege in Canada will get them through, and they think Canada doesn't care. Well, we do, and we stop them. They're not getting through, and they can't even get a hotel. It's a straight through drive. Switch drivers, gas up. Get out.
Yeah.
And that's our attitude towards it. I live in the country on an acreage. I'm retired. I retired young, but I got time to develop my political views. I guess you say I'm a very liberal person. I believe that a government's job and responsibility is to move its nation forward, and that means every person. You don't make classes of people. Education should be for everyone, and it should be a quality education, not what the individual can afford, but what the nation can afford.
Exactly.
And what I see happening, I watch these videos from schools in Kentucky. They got a museum there that actually teaches children that there are dinosaurs on Noah's Ark. And you can watch, like I talked to you about, I watch Kentucky like a hawk because I hate Mitch McConnell and I'd like to, just slap the stupid out of him because he is a detestable human being. And I believe he is also criminal liable. It's aggravating. It makes you mad. And I know there's nothing I can do about it here, but at least I'm popping on some conversations and say hello and offer support.
Hey, I appreciate it.
I have to go troll the right-wing news sites and sometimes too. Don't get me wrong. Like when those Proud Boys were marching through Washington, I was all over their channels, calling them douchebags and making them know that they're real assholes. And I was putting time out on every one of their channels for dozens of times. I enjoyed it every second.
But that's a good thing, Darren.
Channels like I'm talking to you now, I can see them sitting there and they're no, can we get a moderator?
Hey, I appreciate it because what we need come 2021, we have to have good leaders, and we definitely have to do that. One good thing about it, we want to open up the phone lines where people can call more and be a part of the show, be a part of it, because we have some good things coming up here in 2021, and we have to work together to beat COVID. We cannot just go around one person wear a mask, one person don't, and we all have to come together and work together to beat this. We just do not have the best leader that would express that. That's the reason why that's the reason why American people have spoken and got him out of office. And when the new administration come in, we're going to hold them accountable. So real quick before we let you go, Darren, what's your plans for? I didn't hear you.
The world celebrated when Donald Trump lost the election.
Exactly.
Celebrated.
Exactly.
We'll move towards better things.
Like, my hair stopped saying white. Wondering what that douchebag's going to say the next day.
Nothing surprises me.
Whatever you can throw out there and insult someone or insult some government because he's the man. Well, I hope the First Nations communities, like the Navajo and the Cree and the Cheyenne and the Sioux and the Dakotas, I hope because they have a court system in treaties that federal government neglect is accountable, and the Cree and the bands have a say in that, not the courts.
Exactly.
It's through Congress, through the treaties, and they can do that. I don't know why any band hasn't spoken up yet. Like I've seen them on the news begging for help, and nothing. Doctors Without Borders showed up, and that's humiliating.
Yes, it is.
American soil.
What?
Doctors Without Borders showed up to help save people.
Exactly.
Any politician should be hanging their head in shame just that happened, because these are doctors that go into the worst places of the world. They don't go there. They get guns pulled on them. Like, I'm of the mind now that you live in a stand your ground state. That disease is going to kill people. What's the statute if you just shot someone in the face for not wearing a mask?
Yeah, it's crazy how people do things like that. But Darren, we definitely appreciate you for calling. Thank you for supporting the show also, because what we want to do, this is a platform for everyone.
Don't mean to offend you, but it makes me mad that they would use those laws against you, and that's why they wrote those laws, so they can use them against you. I'm just mad, and I'm just think it would be a time to say, well, maybe this is the time I take a stand.
Exactly. Well, we definitely appreciate you. Appreciate you calling in.
I'll see your number up there again, and I'll see if I can get on again.
Okay, you more than welcome to call back. Come next year, we're gonna have My goal is to have the phone line open every night where you could call in whatever subject we're talking about, or if it's a subject you want to talk about. And always, if it's something you want us to speak on, you can always send us an email. And I would always speak on it or send me a message. And we will put it into the rotation. We will speak on it. This is a show for everyone. I don't care who you support, who you don't support. This is a platform for everyone to be able to speak their voice as long as you are respectful. That's the only thing we ask. You have to be respectful. And from that point, we're all good. So there,
Okay, but you have no email on the bottom of your thing here. There's nowhere to email you.
I'll put it up in just a
On
minute.
the bottom
Uh,
panel here.
it's on there now.
It's on your page.
I just put it up. It's yeah, it's on the stream. If I think it's a link on I think it's a link on my
Okay, thanks. We'll talk to you later then.
all right, Darren. Appreciate it. You have a Merry Christmas and stay safe.
Yeah, you too. Stay safe.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bye. Man, Darren, you asked him to call in. He called in. See, that's what we
Who else
want.
can we get to call in? Radio.
Radio said he was going to call in one day. Oh,
He's
yeah.
toying with our emotions.
He said he was going to call in one day and surprise us to call in. But
This is the show to do it, radio.
hey,
The last show before next year.
call in, let us know what
End
are
of
your
the year.
plans for Christmas, because this is the last show of 2020. Come 2021, it's going to be some great things coming up. Hey, I appreciate it, Darren. I'm glad you called in and we able to hear the voice, because a lot of people, for some reason, they scared to call in. And
Yeah, don't be scared.
we don't bite. We love it when people participate and come 2021, because I cannot wait until 2020 is over. We got to turn the page to this.
And listen, 2021 better come in acting right. We don't want no foolishness out of this year.
We're gonna kick 2020 across make a field goal with 2020 and move on, because
And
I'm
if,
like,
and if
look,
our government don't act right, we need to kick them to the curb too and start over.
well, I
Start
wasn't
over
gonna
with
go
a
that
lot
way.
of the laws and everything. We just need to revamp it and start over.
I wasn't gonna go there tonight, because I
Yeah.
still say Dan Patrick, Greg Abbott, Ken Patson, Ted Cruz. Y'all need to go. Y'all need to go.
Like
Matter of
Sandman
fact,
Sims, just pull out, start.
jump on that Trump train and ride out. um, it's crazy because my wife and I, we got another one. Hold on.
Who calling?
Awesome.
Radio chaos.
What? Hold on. Stop the press. We got the world famous Radio Chaos on the show. What's going on, Radio? Hold on. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
We doing great. We doing great. Enjoying this night.
He's a real person.
Man.
So now you've got two Canadians on your show in one night.
Yeah,
Exactly.
2 Canadians, eh? That's all
Exactly.
Canadian I know. That's it.
Man, I'm so excited. And I'm excited to hear you, but I'm still upset at you. You and Marcellus both, because I was up late last night Googling stuff, and the young lady you told me to pull up and reading her testimony.
Diane Sure.
Yes. I was like, man, because I kept seeing the shades, and I didn't want to say, is she blind or not? But yes, she is blind, but she's a great artist. And listening, watching the videos on her website, I was like, man, this woman is a genius. So
Yeah, she's been around for a long, long time. She's one of the best jazz blues singers around.
she's good. She's good. I was like, put it like this. When I was listening to some of her stuff, I said, this is the female version of Ray Charles. I said, she's
Yeah, she
great.
worked with Ray Charles too.
Oh wow, man, that's good. I'm like,
Yeah, Ray
man,
Charles used to he'd be doing gigs and stuff like that, and she would come and be a guest performer at some of his concerts.
I'm telling you, y'all had me up late last night.
Took you down that rabbit hole, huh?
Exactly.
That's
Matter of
cool.
fact, I slept late today. I woke up, it was 9:51. My day normally start about 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. It was 9:51. I said, boy, I needed that rest, but I appreciate it. And Marcellus, I sent him a couple of clips of some songs I did last night. Well, I pulled up on YouTube, Carl Sims, I'm Trapped.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I know how it is. You get on YouTube and you start finding one video, then you go to another and another, and by the time you look at the clock, it's 3 hours later.
exactly.
Trying
My
to figure
wife,
out how you ended up looking up Bigfoot.
my
I
wife
mean,
told me,
somebody said. I mean, I don't know.
my wife told me, she said, look like you're gonna be in there jamming for a while. And I said, no, I'm about to shut it down. An hour later, I'm still in here. I'm like, look, I gotta shut this down. So I blame you and Marcellus for that. I did not make it to the gym this morning because I woke up late and I had a busy day. So, but I'm gonna have to hit it in the morning. It's gonna be a struggle, especially with my wife making this cocktail. I'm like, oh Lord, it's gonna be a struggle in the morning. So, but man, it's glad to um finally glad I finally was able to put a voice with the name, and I appreciate you for calling in. Um, so what are
Yeah,
your
no, like I stumbled on your show when I was following the Kyle Rittenhouse case.
yes, I remember you telling me that, and
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to keep an eye on it because they're gonna try to get him off. They're gonna try. If people stop following that case, before we know it, he'll get off. And that's why we need to keep it fresh in the news and make sure people are following it. A lot of cases that we covered this year um, have really been crazy. Too many unnecessary killing, um, unarmed killing, or just unnecessary killing altogether. So, but next year we are really working on some new things coming up for the new year. I think it's going to benefit everyone, and I have some work to put in the next couple of weeks to have everything up. That's the reason why we're taking the break, to make sure I can have it ready by the time we come back and do it like that.
Yeah, doing the YouTube channel is a lot of work.
Yes, and we're on what, 5 or 6 different platforms. So
And then
um,
on top of that, the other projects like the writing and stuff like that, like I'm going to try to consult with someone, a company, and just try to get something going so I can get my next project out. I finished the trivia game. Now I just need to figure out what to do now.
exactly. So
What I do now. And then maybe that'll lead to something we could do on the show.
that's gonna be one of the things we do. Um, Both of us are still writing. I haven't written in a while, but I need to start back writing again. I goes for the next year. My goal is to get my book out, um, because it's a story
Well,
that
that's cool.
need to be told. Um, and also radio. We're gonna do more with music because I see a lot of people get excited when it come down to music. We're gonna do shows on that and try to get some artists on the show. So that'll be one thing we will do. Um, uh, And then the merchandise. We have merchandise. I have to put out some new merchandise. That take a lot of time to design some of these. So the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be working a full schedule, and
So you're not
I
going to do the Kurt Dog chainsaw?
I'm good. No, no, we're not gonna do the chainsaw.
Kurt Dog
Um,
French press coffee maker?
uh, no, but I do have coffee
You can
mugs. I do have coffee
make
mugs.
anything and put Kurt Dog on it.
Yeah, I have coffee mugs, and I also have I even have some doggy clothes that you can
Not the
get.
doggy clothes.
Yeah, it's some doggy
Cool.
clothes on there.
Right on.
I didn't hear you.
I said right on. Cool.
Yeah, so definitely, I'm gonna miss each and every one of y'all while we gone, and I'm so used to doing Sunday through Thursday, and it's gonna be like, man, do I need to do a show tonight?
Yeah.
So if I mess around and come on during this period, trust me, uh, it's because I miss y'all. So I love it when I come on here. It's actually uh, it helps me out because some of these stories that we do cover, it can be very depressing to hear some of these things we have to do and we have to research. You trying to
Oh,
take
she
advantage
trying
of
to cash in that life insurance.
I don't know what she uh
Well, Christmas is right around the corner. She must have made a big purchase for herself.
hey
Oh, you know what? Maybe we should try to do like a New Year's thing, like a
I can hardly
virtual.
hear Miss Risky.
Hmm? I didn't hear you.
she didn't hear you radio.
I can hardly hear Miss Risky.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe it's my connection. I don't have my ears headphones on. Maybe I should
yeah.
plug those in.
She didn't want to mess her hair up. You see how her hair
No,
is leaning to
because
the
sometimes my computer does weird things with
I can hear
volume.
you, Kurt Dog. I just can't hear Miss Risky.
You blocked me, bruh.
um but definitely we're gonna do a lot of
Can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you. I can
I'm
hear
not
you.
talking to you, Curtis.
Oh, my bad. Mhm.
Can you hear
Radio,
me
can
now?
you hear?
Can you hear me?
No, I can't. It's. I can hear that somebody's talking, but it's just really, really quiet.
I don't know then.
Well, we working on that too. Gonna get her a microphone and some headphones, and we're gonna make
Well, I
sure.
can't have the channel on, right? Because then it'll feed back into the phone, and then it kind of bounces back and forth.
Okay. Darren said he can hear. I guess it kind of. I don't. I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, the chat wasn't working on YouTube. Then all of a sudden it started working. So I don't know. Um, it might be Trump because we talk about him so much. he
He's trying
trying
to
to
block our channels
he
out there.
trying to fire
Yeah,
us too before he get out of
I've
office.
been like following your politics now for 10 years because I just can't believe it.
We can't either.
I don't know what she did with this drink, but this one is good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
At
be
the
struggling.
unexpected, that's when you know it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna be struggling in the morning. But I have my water container, so I'm drinking water. I have a smart water that if it tells me when I need to drink more. So, but radio,
Risky, rum?
um, it was the Oak Cliff knockout, I believe, and she added. Wait a minute, what's wrong? I'm thinking that's the name of it.
Like, you don't need to know what the just knockout.
Yeah, I think it's called Cliff Knockout or something, and then she added a little shot to it. I don't know. It's Is it me or is it getting kind of hot in here a little bit?
That's you, them drunky drinks.
Making the drink.
I don't know, but I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm kind of sweating.
Yeah. You gonna have to Luther dab. Where's your cloth at?
Right. Oh, it's right here. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Little dab, little dab.
I'm up here sweating. Then the lights don't help. So, uh, so
You
that's.
gotta stay hydrated, Kurt.
Oh yeah, I do. Cause trust me, I'm a struggle in the
Most
morning
important.
because when I go work out, I drink 2 36-ounce bottles of water, 2 16 ounces of water, and this is all within an hour because I work
Oh,
out
wow.
in extreme heat. So, uh, so it get very hot, but it's good though. It's good.
Well, that's better than the 3 push-ups I do every night before I go to bed.
Yeah. So when I go work out in the morning, I know I'm gonna be struggling, but I'm gonna do what I have to do. And um, but man, yeah, that's a hard workout, but it's good though. It's good. It's definitely good. Like I said, last month I lost 11 pounds
I
from it.
count them. I gotta get back on track.
Uh,
You know, working out's good for your well-being too.
yes, it is. It is. Because I want to get back to my smaller size that I used to be. So that's what I'm working out for, trying to get back in shape. And it's paying off quite a bit. So I love it. When I go in there, I put on some good music. Um, Sometime I go in there and listen to 3 by Sean Martin. I don't know if you had the opportunity to listen to it yet, but definitely check it out. Check him out. Or I love old school gospel. So I'll put on either Kurt Franklin or Lee Williams and or John P. Key and I do that. So but I just go in there and just stay focused. Excuse me, stay focused and go in there and work out, do what I have to do, and come on up out of there. So that's a good thing. So this year I'm gonna be in better shape. I'm going to for the show. We're gonna do some amazing things coming up for the year. Miss Risky and I are gonna be doing some probably Zoom calls or something, and making sure we have everything on order. And we're gonna do some great things this year. So I appreciate you, Radio. I appreciate you for supporting the show. You've been a ride or die since you first came on. Um, and also, I know we had a block person, which I did not want to. But once you
So
start
you had
being,
no choice.
yeah, once you start being disrespectful like that, you don't leave me a choice, and that's one thing I would not tolerate. Um,
Yeah, I wonder what happened to him. He really went off the rails there the last couple of times he was on.
you, you know that old saying, drugs is a terrible thing. I don't know. I, allegedly, I don't know. But one thing about it, when I tell everyone at the end of the show, I love each and every one of you, I mean that, because I don't. Love is a word you just don't throw around just for the fun of it. When I tell someone I love them, I do love them, even if I've never met you. But I always want to see everyone that I'm connected to. I want to see you win. And by telling someone you love them, you can actually save their life, because unfortunately, it's a lot of people that have gone their entire life and never had anyone to tell them that they love them. That's why I treat everybody with respect. But we've been having some characters coming on the show for the last couple of weeks, and it's okay. I'm all right, but I
Yeah,
have
you're
been.
pretty lucky because it's been pretty tame. Like some channels, it just gets overrun with trolls. Huh?
Yeah, a lot of channels do. Um, Matter of fact, I listen to Sirius XM in the morning sometime. I used to listen to them quite a bit. And Joe Madison, um, he would get trolls call in. And the funny thing about that, sometime when you call this show, you may be on hold for 30 or 45 minutes just to troll somebody.
Like, you have
I'm
nothing
like,
else better to do?
exactly. I'm like, hold on. And Joe be like, so you mean to tell me you wasted all that damn time on hold just to come on here to troll me? You don't have nothing better
Trolling's
to
an
do.
industry now.
Huh? I didn't hear you.
Trolling's like an industry now. It's almost like a full-time job to some people.
Yeah. Some people get a kick out of it. They really get a kick out of it. I personally don't. I listen to other podcasts. I just listen to them. But also I go back and listen to mine and realize what I could do different. And that's what we're going to implement come the first of the year. Some of the changes I've listened to on shows, and I'm going to change a lot of things coming up for the first of the year. I've been good. I'm proud of myself. Um, because when the guy called the other day, uh, when the guy called the other day, and he was trying to run the show, and I didn't
Oh, the
cuss him out.
Patriot guy,
Which one?
the Patriot dude from
Yes, yes,
Washington State.
yes. So I told my wife, I said I was proud of myself because I didn't cuss. I didn't cuss. Now he sent several message in after he got off the phone, but I just had to let him know you do understand this is my show, right? Um, and he was like, "Yeah, it is." Okay, well, you're not gonna out talk me, and you're not gonna bring false information on the show. And I went to his page, and I'm like, "Oh Lord, all this conspiracy theory is crazy." So, and I know because um, what's crazy I go back and read whatever comments come in. A lot of comments come in after the show, so I go back and I read them, and I get a lot of positive feedback from the show from people that I never heard of. Some of them subscribe to the channel, some of them don't, and that's good. So that's what it's all about for me. Is if I can make somebody happy just for a couple of minutes, let them take their mind off of whatever they're going through. That's what I'm gonna do, and that's what we're gonna focus on come in the upcoming year. We're gonna do a lot of things that's gonna be positive, and but we still gonna talk about the a lot of stuff that goes on in the world because that's stuff that needs to be spoken on, and people don't. A lot of time, people don't hear about it until we talk about it, and that's another
It's
thing.
going to be an interesting year.
Yes, it will be. It definitely will be, and I'm all for it. I'm up for the challenge. Um, we're gonna try to have more counselors on at least once a week. That's what we're working out, and so hopefully we could do that and bring some people together. So, um, man, I appreciate your support. Um, I knew when I first met you, when you first came on the show, I knew you was legit. I said, okay, let me do this, and I appreciate you. What plans do you and your family have for Christmas? I can barely hear you.
Have a big gathering,
Oh,
so
there it is.
probably just keep it pretty quiet. And me personally, I prefer like a quiet Christmas rather than running around all over. I'm a guy that does all my shopping on Christmas Eve, so
That's normally most guys.
I start shopping in January.
Yeah, so for me personally, it's not really going to make that much of a difference. But I know other people like they like to go visit all their relatives during the time, and unfortunately, are not going to be able to do that this year. But hopefully, next year it'll all be back to normal or somewhat back to normal.
Exactly. And like I said earlier, normally we go see my in-laws. I have some wonderful in-laws. But this year we're not going to be able to see them. And we talked, my mother-in-law called my wife yesterday, but then we talked to her again today and she was apologizing. I said, look, mom, I'm gonna be honest with you. I prefer not to come to put y'all at risk nor put us at risk because we could wait, we could have Christmas anytime. So what we're gonna do is a Zoom call, and that's what we're planning on doing this year. We'll do a Zoom call. I'm gonna cook at home, and I have to take Miss Martin a plate. So uh,
I know I
so
got a bunch of gifts for my cousins, the baby cousins, and I'm just gonna drop it off and um, just leave it at my grandmother's, and then they're just gonna, when she comes by, put it in the car.
exactly be like, here you go.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, slow down and raise your window down, and we'll toss it to you and keep going.
My
Uh,
gifts are too big for the window, so
so
I pretty much got them everything I would play with now.
okay, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you, radio.
Oh, my mother's best friend, she just died from COVID a month ago.
Oh wow, man, sorry to
Yeah,
hear
she
that.
got it, and in 3 days was dead.
Wow, and
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people feel like COVID is fake. They don't realize that that's like now when we start talking about it. The other day I mentioned we was at 300,000 deaths for COVID, but now we at 311,000.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're coming up on 400,000. That's as many Americans that were killed in the Second World War.
Yeah,
And they've done it in less than a year.
man.
COVID.
And a lot of this could have been prevented if we
If
had a
I
great
took it
leader.
serious.
Yeah, if we had a great leader. Even Texas is 20 25,116 deaths. So
Wow.
And then
it's
where I am, we got an alert. Like they were like, Denton County, we ain't got no beds. Stay at home. And we are to capacity right now, and we're hitting all
exactly.
sorts of records.
And I think last night between between Dallas County and Tarrant County, I think it was over almost and don't quote me, I think it was almost 4,000 cases. I think one of them had 18, well, almost 3,000 cases. I think one had 18 and one had 12,000 or something. Uh,
It's insane how it went so politicized down in your country there. I thought when COVID hit, I thought, well, maybe the Republicans and the Democrats will put their, differences aside and at least fight this thing. And then it just within a month it went off the rails.
Yeah, it's still we still
well,
not on.
it's hard to fight it when you have a leader in place that don't think it's real. Well, I won't say he didn't think it was real because he did lie for several months how bad it was. Instead of coming out and telling us how bad it was, he went and told someone in private how bad it was. And because of that, that's the reason why we're in this situation today. And
But I
people
also think
still
he didn't take his role serious as well because he wasn't going to a lot of those meetings. Those what do they call those staff or board meetings or
the
whatever. He didn't
briefings.
Yeah, the briefings. He was doing his own thing. He was running the country like a reality show. And some things are good for TV, but it's not good in office.
Exactly. And I'm glad. we're on a countdown to get him out of office. I cannot
I gotta
wait.
admit, when he first got elected, I knew he was going to be bad, but I was actually surprised how stupid he is. Really?
Yeah.
Because I thought, okay, well, he was a businessman, and then you find out, oh no, this guy really is stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly. And his niece said it the best, Mary Trump. She was like, "Hey, he have some issues, but
Well, a can of chicken soup would have run the White House better than he did.
Well,
no,
I think the soup would have had more backers and support, though.
hold on. I'm gonna go further than a can of soup. That whole chicken in a can would have been a better choice.
Are you going to try that, Curtis?
Not at all.
I saw a video on that recently. Oh.
No, you messed me up when you said it smelled bad. I'm like, no, I would not do that one.
I mean, and then I saw the video, and there's no.
And he showed it to me, and it didn't smell too good. But apparently, I've seen other YouTube videos of it, and people say it's cooked really well.
Except the skin, though. It's like boiled chicken, so the skin is just
rubbery.
Yeah.
I think I'll tell my wife we'll do that for Christmas. See how that work out. She'll be like, but then again, she might tell me, "Well, I know you're gonna season it right."
Or the hot sauce.
Exactly.
If you gave somebody that would definitely get regifted.
Exactly. And also, speaking of hot sauce, I bought some last week, and it's really good. It's like a garlic flavor hot sauce. I love garlic. So it's like a garlic flavor hot sauce. It's really good.
Like my Red Devil hot sauce.
Red Devil is good.
They always sell it in like Walmart's.
Red Devil. But I like them. It's actually Texas Pete. So Texas Pete, my ball is almost gone in a week. Holla at me. I need some more hot sauce. You're right. J. Anthony Brown do have some good hot sauce, and I think he have some good. I seen him at a convention years ago, and he was selling. I want to say it was barbecue sauce or something, but it's pretty good. So, J. Anthony Brown, which is a local comedian and actor, so he's pretty good. But definitely, man, I can't believe it been. I started this in March, and today is the last show for the year. And next year, we're going to be excited because we're going to do a lot of big things coming up next year. Radio, don't forget about us. We only gone for a couple of weeks. Don't forget about us.
Don't forget.
You can't quit us.
We're going to want you to come back and be refreshed. And like I said, I'm working on some new stuff. And I can't wait. Can't wait at all. Radio, appreciate you for supporting the show for the last 3 or 4 months or something. A while.
Yeah, I think I started late September or something like that.
Something like that. And I appreciate you for always supporting the show, being a follower on the show. You, Marcellus, even Darren, who just came on. I'm always happy to have new people come on. I'm very open. You can ask me anything, I will answer. I always warn people before you ask me something, ask yourself, do you really want to know the answer? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. So and so I'm just that type of person, an open person. And I'm looking forward to the new year. It's gonna be hard for me not to come on and do the show. Uh, Marcella's, I'm still borderline kind of messed up, which mad at you, but bless you too. But we're gonna do some shows next year where we're gonna talk about different type of music, and hopefully we'll have it where we had the rights to play certain type of music or a snippet of them. So may even play a couple of games. Name that tune. So
We'll figure out something.
yes, we
Yeah,
will.
it's an old game show, isn't it?
Yeah, name that
It's,
tune. That
well,
was
it's coming back out next month.
that was Jamie Foxx, right?
No, that was the Shazam. But no,
Oh,
Name That
now.
Tune is coming back. Like a lot of they're
Okay,
revamping a lot of the old shows because
okay.
It was Link
people can't think
Martindale or
for the.
somebody hosted it.
I didn't hear you.
I think it was some guy named Wink Martindale or something hosted it.
Yeah,
Okay.
the original.
Well, there's a lot of good shows coming back out. They doing remix. I've seen something about it was some show they talking about redoing. Was it Family Matters?
Family Matters is a TV show.
Well,
But
yeah.
no, they're bringing. I know the dinosaurs are coming back to. They're going to be on Disney. So pretty much all the old shows we grew up with, because nobody can think for themselves and create. They're just dusting off old shows that we enjoyed, and hopefully they're not going to mess them up.
Oh wow. Do y'all know when Name That Tune came out?
Probably in the 40s,
Came out in 52.
before all
December
of us were born.
December the 20th, 1952, and it ran until September of 1985.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's very long. So I'm like, wow. And they bringing it back. Oh yeah, that's awesome right there. Um,
And
Darren Patterson.
what's the one that's always saying dog on American Idol? What's his name? He's the person doing the piano on Name That Tune. He what is his name? He used to be on Journey, I think.
Oh,
Black dude, lost all that weight. What is his name?
Randy.
Randy Jackson.
Yeah,
Is it
Randy
Randy?
Jackson.
Yes, he's
Randy
going to
Jackson.
be on the show.
Okay,
Yeah, he's going
okay.
to be playing the tunes that you have to guess it in however many notes.
Oh man, that I might have to watch that. That's
Like some lady, she was like, I can name it in one, and he literally just said ding, and she got it. I was like I'm gonna need a follow up note.
exactly. So radio, since we have you on the phone, let me ask you a question. You mentioned the other night, last night, that you play drums. Um, one question I want to ask: how long have you been playing for?
Oh man, about 36 years.
Oh wow. Okay. Um, and also, do you have any? Who was the most famous person you ever played with that you love to play with and would love to play with them again?
Well, I never got a chance to really work with any famous people. I did like cover band work, which is like basically you're playing covers in bars, cruise ships, casinos, and things like that. Probably one of the most well-known guys that I played with. He played guitar in a band called Harlequin, which was like big here in Canada.
Okay. Um,
And the funny part was he was down on his luck, so he was borrowing money from me and stealing all my cigarettes when I did play with him. So I didn't really want to continue working with the dude.
mm. And you said it was called Hauling Queen.
Harlequin.
It was called Harlequin. It was a pop rock band from like late 70s, early 80s.
It sounds familiar. With the genre of music I'm into, I think I've heard of them.
I
Almost
can't
positive.
really hear. I can't hear Miss Risky. I can hear somebody's talking, but I can't hear what they're saying.
Okay. Can you hear Risk? Or did you freeze? Oh, I
No,
thought you.
I can hear you, Curtis, but I
yeah, he
can't.
can't hear me too well.
It's very
But
low.
just let him know. I think I've heard of that band Harlequin. Thinking that's in my
I can hear a
genre.
little better now.
Oh yeah, it probably her earphones if she move a certain way. Um,
Well, they couldn't hear me without when I didn't have them on. So it's something. We'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll make sure next year we're gonna do it right. Make sure she get her microphone.
Yeah, because if I listen to the stream, then it's out of sync with the phone. So I'm listening to like what happened 30 seconds ago.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's some of the things we're gonna work on coming up the next year, and it's gonna be pretty good. Um, uh, Marcellus actually said Corey Henry is a great musician that y'all should listen to. You will be amazed. He actually part of Snarky Puppies also. He's a great artist. I'm telling you, if Snarky Puppy have put together a great band of a mixed crowd, check them out. Check them out because they are great. That's all I can tell you. They are great. So Corey Hines, Henry, I have heard of him and heard him play. So check them out. Um, and like I say, right now, our local artists, we definitely need to support them. One other question, Radio. Now, I know you said you haven't played with anyone famous, but if you have one person you could play with, who would it be?
Wow, man, there's a lot. But like, probably in like Miss Risky's era, like the 80s, it would be Peter Gabriel.
Oh,
Mm,
love him.
mm.
Yes.
In country, um, yeah, Brooks and Dunn, those guys were good musicians. I enjoyed their band. They'd be fun to play with. And probably in jazz, I'd have to say the Brecker Brothers.
Yeah, okay. Man, that's very interesting. Boy,
Mhm.
man. I,
Yeah, playing a lot of cover music, like I get to play like a lot of different styles and things. So you get to listen to it. And it's funny, all the stuff that I do at work, like when I'm working, I don't listen to at home. Like I don't listen anymore to like the stuff on the radio because that's what I'm playing most of the time.
yeah, okay. And definitely now you was telling us last night, even though during COVID you still practice for 4 hours playing the
Oh yeah,
drum.
you have to.
That's good. That's
Well, there was a period where I think I took a year off from playing, and then I came back to it, and it was so frustrating because you're so used to being able to do things at a certain level, and what happens is all your muscles go, and so you go to pull things off, and it's just not coming out like the way that you want it. So you never want to let yourself get too much out of shape because then you have to really buckle down and start practice. It's like being an athlete. If you don't play basketball for a year and then you come back to the court and play a full game, you're just going to feel one step behind.
mm, man, that's great. Because the thing is, whatever your goals are, you have to continue to work. Even after being a musician for 36 years, you're still working on your craft. Um, that's one of the struggles I had by this being our first year as a doing the podcast. I told Miss Risky, I said, look, I need to take a break, but I don't know if I want to. But I I have to if I want to make the show better. I have to take that time to revamp everything and come back stronger than what we have before. And people are always welcome. I'm on social media. I'm out and about. I wear a lot of my shirts, so um, people talk to me about it, and we have a lot of new people coming on from all different platforms, so we're okay with that. And you can always catch the old shows on YouTube, Spotify. Um, so this upcoming year is going to be great, going to be very great. I know I'm probably going to get jumped on this, but R. Kelly had a great live. R. Kelly is a genius. I've seen R. Kelly several times in concert. R. Kelly just a little bit sick in the head. Um, uh, uh,
Well,
he,
most geniuses are like off in some way. Like Michael Jackson.
um, so yeah, R. Kelly was great, and I felt like okay, um,
Michael
uh,
Jackson was quirky and weird and had some stuff going on. Uh, R. Kelly clearly.
yeah, and I think with R. Kelly, he should have had some people around. R. Kelly is, I don't want to say the Donald Trump of music,
Well,
but
no,
he
'cause he actually like
he did great music,
yeah, he
but
was
he
talented.
just had a.
Trump
And
had many bankruptcies.
what I mean about the Donald Trump of music is the fact how Donald Trump said, grabbing women by the cootie cat, and that's what I'm talking about. R. Kelly had a thing about peeing on folks, and
No, we
unfortunately
just
was.
know about the one.
Yeah, but
He
he
liked
have a
them
lot of
young.
allegations
He
against
liked
him.
them young. So we'll give him that because that
Remember
was
that guy Penn from Penn and Teller?
I didn't hear you.
Penn and Teller what?
You know the two magicians in Vegas, Penn and Teller, the guy Penn?
Yes.
Well, he was on The Apprentice, and he said there was two things about Donald Trump that he noticed. One was he never actually heard him ever laugh, like at a joke.
Uh huh.
And the other thing was he couldn't relate to music.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That uh
Yeah.
yeah, that tell you a lot because everybody love music. Music is good for the soul, as Marcella said earlier. It can change your vibe for that day. Listening to great music. Um,
Well, there are some people they can listen to music and it just there's no connection to it. They don't know why people listen to it. It's just I guess their brain doesn't process it. I don't know.
yeah, I love music. I love it. I definitely love it. Um, but yeah, man, this had been a great night. Don't want to end it. Well, Marcella's putting stuff in. R. Kelly said, "I'm an older man that love it. Women." I actually thought when R. Kelly did the song with Kurt Franklin, Mary J. Blige, I said, you know what? I felt like R. Kelly was going to come out with a full gospel album because, and he's one of those type of people that could have done it, but mentally, he had the wrong people around him. Because when you get to a certain status, people is they're gonna agree with whatever you want them to agree with. But I'm glad the friends that I have, they keep it real with me, and they will tell me, "Hey, man, you effing up. Get it right." They have no problem with being honest with me, and that's the type of people you need around you. Someone who's gonna tell you the truth. If you're making a mistake, they're gonna come to you and tell you the truth. And I respect the person that can do that. Uh, yes, he do. R. R. Kelly, I felt at one point in his life, a lot of songs that he done, every album he came out with was better than the last one. I'm a big fan of R. Kelly music, only the music, but what he did in his personal life, I cannot get down with. That's just not me. R. Kelly is great. Matter of fact, it's a song that was on the Chocolate album that accidentally seeped out, and I actually um wanted to play that song at my wedding when he was singing to the woman, Love Life or something like that. But it's a great song. So that's unfortunately that's our Kelly issue. But hey, radio, I appreciate you, man. You can next year we're gonna have it where we could call in. We'll put a limit on it because I have to be respectful for Miss Risky Time. She have to go to work in the morning, and she got that look on me like, "Hey,
I
what we
ain't looking
doing?"
at nobody. My eyes are seeing nothing right now.
So eyes are getting low, but I definitely appreciate everyone that called in tonight. I thought Marcellus was going to try to call in, but he may be at work tonight. So,
Well, Mr. Kurt Dog, have a good Christmas, and Miss Risky, have a nice Christmas and a happy New Year. And I guess I'll see you in January.
hey, I appreciate it. You do the same. Stay safe. Uh, uh, enjoy your Christmas. Spend time with your family. Family is definitely important. And until next year, I appreciate you. And we will do it all over again come January.
All right, sounds good. Well, take care, both of you.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you for
All right.
calling in, radio. Peace. Man, got radio and Darren Patterson
Hey,
both calling in. I'm like, man,
showing us some love.
I'm having a good night. Uh, uh, same to you, Marcellus. Oh Lord, good night, guys. I just got off work. Merry Christmas to everyone. Share the love. I appreciate it. But Martin, Miss Martin, man, she's so she's so sweet. And so I'm gonna definitely have to fix her and Mr. Martin a plate, slide it by there and drop it off, and ring the doorbell and go get back in the car and roll off. Um, so that's good. But Miss Risky, let the people know where they can find you at. Um,
I am everywhere online. Instagram, that's where I live. RSKEE. Um, you can find my works on rskeebooks.com or just Google Risky, and a lot of my stuff will pop up on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. So check it out.
there you go. And you did finish the trivia game, and
Yeah, I just don't have this, like, I have all the questions, I have the backgrounds. I just don't know where to go from here.
now, if there's someone out here that can lead her in the right way how to get this game published, definitely reach out to her, or you can follow her on all social media, Risky, and reach out to her, or if you need to, send an email, and I can definitely give her the message. Also, if it's a someone in the book industry that can agent that are looking for some new writers, definitely reach out to us. We both have books out. Well, Miss Risky have a series of books out, and currently working on, what was it, three more?
And I found two more that I was like, oh, I never finished those either.
Oh, so five more
but
books.
but one I'm working on, I want to get that out because it's a change of pace. It's like supernatural. It's gonna be fused with my life, but with supernatural powers.
Mm. And also with myself, my book is, I'm looking to have it published this year. It's actually a great book. Um, it's based on my life. some of the things I've gone through. Um, and it's very interesting. So, and everything that is in the book is true. Some people may not agree with it, but it's the truth. When you read it, you'll be like, "Did you really go through this?" Yes. So, if there are some book agents out there that are looking for a couple of new artists, you have two right here. You can reach out to us, and both of us are feel like our material can become movies. So definitely reach out to us and we can set it all up. You can follow me on well, Facebook, uh, Twitter every once in a while, but I need to do more on Twitter, uh, YouTube, um, Instagram. Mainly, you can catch me closely on Instagram and YouTube. But if you send a message on either one of the platforms, I can always get the alert, and I will respond back. So pray that everyone stays safe uh, during Christmas, and please protect yourself, please, because this virus is haven't gone nowhere. The hospitals are full, and it's getting worse. Even though we have a vaccine, it's still getting worse. So, so definitely protect yourself. If you have to view your family by Zoom, for the ones that have lost loved ones, I know you want to be there, but unfortunately, you have to protect yourself. Um, Other than that, until next year, um, until next year, uh, we love each and every one of you. And if you have any show ideas, anything you want us to speak on, you can send us an email of a topic. And also, if you're thinking about starting up a podcast and want the opportunity of a platform that is growing, definitely reach out to me. We can see if we could team up. Regardless of what you're talking about, we could team up and see about doing things like that for the new year also. So, did I miss anything, Miss Risky?
I don't know.
Oh, you dozed off on me, boy. Look at the love. No, but
Dude, listen, you guys
I
my
know,
bedtime,
I know.
but
We're
it's
trying
our
to
last show. We're trying to squeeze in and
squeeze everything
share some
in,
love.
and but other than that, hey, enjoy your Christmas, but be smart and be safe. Be smart and be safe because we want to see y'all back here next year when we come back in January. So until then, I love each and every one of you. Um, and be safe. Until then, peace.